Okay, so hello guys, thanks for those who have joined. I hope more people join. So today I would like to give you a little bit of information regarding security awareness. And the main focus of this video is to help empower the human element. Because as you might know, the human element is the weakest element in cybersecurity. So I think we have to invest more in educating employees and people in general on how to safeguard their devices, themselves, their family, and also their job. Hi, my name is Yanni Gale. I'm a certified security analyst with over 10 years of work experience and over 5 years of ESL training. I used to teach English as a second language, so I have a background in teaching as well. I love to teach and write most of the time. I hold a bachelor's degree in international commerce and customs, and I'm a specialist in finance. I speak English, Spanish, and French intermediate. And as I mentioned before, most of the time, 93% of the time, I'm teaching something or I'm writing. So you might find a lot of videos of me on the internet where I'm teaching Spanish, English, and now cybersecurity or anything for that matter. So that's just a little bit about who I am. So the first part of this content, we're going to focus on phishing, email security, and the different types of phishing scams that are out there. The second topic is social engineering. So we will verify the different types of social engineering attacks and how we can prevent them. The third topic that we'll talk about is online accounts, how you can manage and control your online accounts. The fourth topic will be about mobile security, so how to protect your cell phone and other devices. The fifth topic that we'll talk about is PII and SPII, how to take back control of your personal data. The sixth topic that we'll talk about is having a security mindset. Why security mindset and escalation is so important. Okay, so what is phishing? Well, phishing is when threat actors use digital communications to trick people into revealing sensitive data or deploying malicious software. So that is phishing. You will get an email from John saying, here is this file that you requested. Please find the link to the file, or it might be an attachment. What you would have to do in this particular situation is to check that the John is actually the John that you're expecting the email or the file from. So what you could do is give John a call or use other means of communication to double check, to double verify that this is actually the John before you click or download anything on your devices. There are different types of, let me just position this correctly. There are different types of phishing attacks. Let's see if I can move this screen over there. Everything I wanted to be covering. The most important information. Okay, so types of phishing attacks. We have what is called smishing. Smishing is an SMS or mobile text messaging type of cyber attack where you'll get an SMS message saying that, oh, your package is having difficulty in passing customs. So this is the link for you to click and verify. Let's say you're awaiting a package, something that you bought on Amazon, and you're waiting for your package. So you might get an SMS saying that something is wrong with your package. But in this case, you would have to really verify to make sure that it is a legitimate SMS from Amazon or from your delivery provider in this case. I mean, depending on the method of communication that you opted for, many people receive a notification through their app or by email. But if this is an option where you opted to receive an SMS message, you have to make sure you verify the sender, the phone number, and all other details before you click on the link. The next type of phishing attack is what we call phishing, and this is voice over telephone cyber attacks. So they basically impersonate you or a person you know in order to trick another person in giving them money or sharing sensitive data. So let's say you receive a call from your niece. Your niece is crying. She's like, I don't know where I am. I'm stuck. I need you to send me some money quickly so I can take an Uber and get home. Remember, guys, AI is making things so easy and so like real. So you can literally hear the voice of your niece. You're convinced that it is your niece, but it's not. It's not your niece. So you have to, once you hang up the phone, you verify, call your niece to make sure it is her. No, if it's not her, then you don't react. You don't do anything. Because in most cases, we're under pressure, we're worried, and we want to act quickly, but you have to make sure that you take time to verify before you click on anything or you send money to people that you don't know. The next type of phishing attack is what we call whaling, and this targets executives in order to gain access to sensitive data. So threat actors know that executives in an organization are the ones who have access to relevant, important, and sensitive data, so they target these executives. So if they breach one of their systems, they know that they might gain credentials, PIN, and different things so that they can gain access to an organization's database. The next type of phishing is what we call spear phishing, and this is malicious emails targeting a specific group of users. So it could be executives, or it could be managers, or it could be the accounting department, but they know who they're targeting. They study that particular group of person and they target these people. The next type of phishing attack is what we call business email compromise. This targets an organization to steal money or information. Usually, threat actors impersonate a known source in order to obtain a financial advantage. Let's say, for example, your organization has this fund where they give money to a charity on a yearly basis. You receive an email from the charity saying that, oh, we've changed our banking details, so now this is the new information for sending the payments. So now, if you don't verify to make sure that it's actually legitimate, you could end up sending money to other people thinking that it is the charity organization. So this is where it's very important to pick up the phone and make a phone call. I know we as millennials, we don't really like to talk much on the phone, but whenever you're in an organization, this is very important. Pick up the phone, call, make sure you double check, you verify before you do anything out of the norm. So it's very important that you check, you verify. This is like having a very strong security mindset when it comes to cybersecurity, and verification is always important. It is essential. So this is also very important. Okay, so we're going to practice a little on how to identify different phishing attacks. So here I have the Google phishing quiz. So we're gonna practice a little bit together just to get like what are some things that we check when it comes to phishing. Yeah, so I'm gonna put phishing expert and then add email.com. So right here, you do not put your name, obviously. Don't put your name, and you don't put your email. This is like a sandbox. So that means that it's a safe space where you can do phishing simulations. So if you click on the links or anything, nothing will happen to your computer and you won't be infected or anything like that. So this is a safe space where you can use to practice. So we're going to click on get started, and here it's telling you that, okay, let's start with this Google Doc email. We're going to verify all the aspects of the email. So we check like the name, it says it's from Luke Johnson. So we have luke.jason8000@gmail.com. There's an attachment, it says, hey there. I think normally when you request something from a person, they should at least know your name. So this is also a sign, okay? Hey there, like who they're referring to. Here is the doc you asked for. Let me know if you need anything else. So one of the things that we can do to identify if a link or a document is malicious is to hover the link or the file to see what it says. So at the bottom here, you will see that it's saying HTTP. First of all their websites now should have at least the S, HTTPS, which means secure. This means that whatever information is sent from this website is secure, it's encrypted, it's protected. So in this case, you definitely know that this is a phishing email because not even the email, not even the website, sorry, is secure. So that's one thing that we can check. The next, it says, okay, drive google.com and then /Luke Johnson. So they're trying to impersonate a Google account using google.com. But if you check, there's like this drive and then hyphen. So we definitely know that this is not from Google and that you have to be careful. So in this case, we're going to identify it as phishing. That is correct. You identified. And then when you click on show me, they will tell you like the different aspects of the email that we have to analyze. So moving over the link or using a long press will show you that it goes to an insecure imitation domain drive-google.com. So it is not from Google. The next one, you've received a fax. So let's check fax because I think it's not very common that we receive fax these days. But anyways, we have to be prepared for anything. So it's e-fax. Okay, the email, fax, that's a spelling error. So here they're putting e-fax, C-K-S, instead of X as in fax. So we know that's okay. That's not correct. The same thing, this link goes to HTTP, so there's no S on the link, so we know that it is not secure also. And we have efax.hosting.com mail.ru. Whenever you see mail.ru 382 or whatever other number .co, and then there's a long string of who knows what, this is definitely a phishing email, so you have to be careful. Okay, so yes, and we're gonna do the same thing, show me. And it says the sender's address is efax, which is misspelled. So this is also another thing that you can look out for. But don't just base yourself on misspelling or grammatical errors, because remember, with all these AI tools out there, threat actors are not making these grammatical mistakes like they used to in the past, okay? But whichever way, this is something that could help you to identify if it's a phishing email or not. The link is usually mail.ru382, which you can see at the end of the domain name, not at all what you expect, of course. So mail.ru, like whenever I see that, I know it's a phishing email and I'm not even gonna look. I'm going to delete it. Okay. Hey, do you remember this? Okay. So this one is kind of tricky because, hello, this is a person. Okay. Time for a trip down memory lane. They just send you this. Hey, look at this. Okay. We hover the link here. Okay, this goes to a secure website, so it's HTTPS. However, it says drive.com, google.com, download photo, and then .sitetext.net, and then a whole bag of foolishness after that. So this is definitely a phishing email because they're trying to imitate the Google domain, the drive. So okay, so they put the name google.com, but if you notice after that, there are a lot of different strings of details. So this is definitely a phishing email. Okay, yes. So it says the real domain is sitetext.net. Okay, but it is disguised as a Google Drive link. Okay, so we have to check the URL. That's what we just did. Okay, so you're running out of storage for your Dropbox. So it says, hi, your Dropbox is full and is no longer syncing files. New files added to your Dropbox folder won't be accessible on other devices and won't be backed up online. So they're basically telling you that, okay, you don't have enough space, but they're leaving here where you can upgrade your Dropbox, you can get more space and so forth. So we're gonna do the same thing. We hover right here where it says upgrade your Dropbox. Okay, and we see that the link goes to a secure website and the domain is correct. So the domain is like really short. It's www.dropbox.com/buy. Very concrete, so it's going to a legitimate domain. The same thing at the bottom, you get the dropbox.com and then /help space, get more space. And Dropbox for business, sorry. It also directs to a secure website and the domain is correct. So we can say that this is a legitimate email from Dropbox. Okay, so yes, that was correct. And it says show me dropboxmail.com. Everything else matched with the domain. So we know for a fact that that is true. Okay, I won't do all the examples. So we're gonna move on. Let's go back to our presentation. So let me just put that little thing down here off the screen. Okay, so some email best practices. It's very important that we verify the sender of the email. You must be expecting the email. If you're not, then most likely it's a phishing email. But let's say you get an unexpected email, whichever way is your obligation, because you just cannot discard something just because, okay, I wasn't expecting it. No? So you have to make sure that you verify the sender of the email. That could be through a phone call or other forms of communication apart from the email. Be mindful of attachments, especially unexpected ones. So, hey, look at this. I saw this, and then there's nothing there. There's just a link or something for you to download. You have to be very careful, mindful of those. Always check the domain name because remember what threat actors do is that they try to imitate the domain name that we're accustomed to. But normally, if there's like a string of other numbers, letters, and things after, this is definitely a phishing email. So please don't download or click on anything, any link that they send. And here I put an example. Okay, imagine you get an email from a hospital, but when you check the domain name, it is some pet food, something like that. So hospital and pet food, they don't go together. So this is definitely a phishing scam. So just leave it alone, delete it if you can. Grammar. We can check for spelling mistakes, but as I mentioned before, we have to be careful because with the use of AI now, threat actors aren't making the same mistakes that they used to in the past. They're much more talented. AI don't make grammatical errors like this. So we can use this as a guide, but don't rely too much on grammar and spelling as we used to do in the past. Awesome. So, okay, so that's part 2. Thank you guys. I'll be sharing the video also on my webpage. I mean, not many people are doing today, but I'll keep doing this, share good tips relating to cybersecurity, and I just hope you guys enjoy. So thank you. Bye.